Pretty much every day we see a couple of the voter fraud related conspiracy theories get knocked down, but they've got an endless well of them. So now we've got a new one to talk about. And it has to do with Dominion election software, with people like Donald Trump tweeting, in all caps, mind you, report Dominion deleted 2.7 million Trump votes nationwide. Data analysis finds 221,000 Pennsylvania votes switched from President Trump to Biden. 941,000 Trump votes deleted. States using Dominion voting systems switched 435,000 votes from Trump to Biden. And this is coming to you via OANN. And shockingly, it turns out all of that is wrong. It's not even internally consistent. What happened with the votes? Because every one of those numbers has a lot of overlap with the other numbers, but the numbers are all very different. I don't know what they're claiming, but basically big numbers, Trump wins. That's all that is. And he was thanking Sean Hannity for the takedown of the horrible, inaccurate, and anything but secure Dominion voting system where tens of thousands of votes were stolen. But wait, I thought it was 435,000 votes. Those tweets are on the same day. They have no idea what their conspiracy theory even is, but they know it's something Dominion, and Dominion sounds kind of scary. So you just say it, and I guarantee there are 20 million Americans who think Dominion stole the election. They don't know what it is or what happened, but they know that happened at the very least.
This old Dominion state. It's like that's Pennsylvania's the old Dominion state. That's why.
And it's confusing, man, because yeah, it might be Virginia. So he's tweeting about Dominion, but he also he has to have his cake but eat it in a logical way. So he also tweeted this morning, for years the Dems have been preaching how unsafe and rigged our elections have been. Now they are saying what a wonderful job the Trump administration did in making 2020 the most secure election ever. Actually, this is true, except for what the Democrats did. Rigged election. So dude, you've been telling us millions of votes were deleted and switched, but you also want credit for the most secure election ever, but it was also rigged and stolen from you.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't make sense. But what do we expect out of this guy? It is very obvious. Actually, what he's doing is in line with what he's done since the start of all this voting. It's to say the things that are good for me are true. The things that are bad for me are fraud and lies and fake. Yeah. And that's it. I will read you a quote from an analyst who said, "I looked into it. With that Dominion software, 5 counties in Michigan and Georgia had problems, and the Dominion software was used in 2 of the counties, and in every instance, largely it was human error, a problem, but the software did not affect the vote counts." You know who said that? Steve Doocy on Fox and Friends. So Fox and Friends is like, listen, it did not affect the vote count. And I think this is what everyone should be focused on. Right now, the dominant electoral strategy. If you look at the left has this divide between, and there's 3 different versions of it. The more you zoom into what the left is, the far, the progressive side is doing. But there is a rift between establishment Dems and progressives. That's what everyone wants you to focus on, and that's what everyone wants you to talk about. On the right, there isn't. They're on the right, as far as everyone knows, the senators are in lockstep with Trump and the people in the House of Representatives. And the only people who are defecting from that were Democrats the whole time. All those Ben Sasses who are angling to bring back the oppressive establishment. But everyone else, even Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, they're all smart enough to realize that you should embrace your base.
Yeah.
But what's happening right now, the major liability there is Trump's relationship with Fox News. And everyone needs to point out every time that Fox News goes against Trump, because you have to create that wedge. Because what's Trump gonna do? He's gonna go start his own news network. And everyone should encourage that to happen. Because right now you have the left-leaning folks, everyone thinks it's CNN and MSNBC, and it's all this weird area where everybody's fighting with each other. On the right, they should be fighting with each other. Why? Because if you're a MAGA person, every senator kept their job. More establishment House of Representatives candidates used the MAGA crew to get a securer place in government. And what are they trying to do right now? Those senators are in a really weird place where if they acknowledge that Trump lost, now they're embracing reality, but they also are going against MAGA. Good,
Yeah.
Everyone should be messaging for them to embrace reality because it's reality. And then once they do that, go tell MAGA, listen, everybody abandoned your boy. That's how you have to dissolve that weird coalition between MAGA and everyone else. And this is one little area where we have the opportunity to do it. Ducey just turned on you. Go rebrand OANN, TANN, the Tanned Ass News Network.
Okay. I have a little bit of breaking Twitter news that goes to what you're saying. I'm gonna turn to that in a second, but as you started to talk about what actually happened with Dominion, I feared that our producer, who did a great job of researching and creating graphics to demonstrate that point, are worried that it wasn't gonna be used. So I'm gonna use a little bit of it just so that their time wasn't wasted. But anyway, statement emailed to reporters by the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which, as you'll see when I read the graphic, is probably gonna be shut down in like a day, said there is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised. The November 3rd election was the most secure in American history. Dominion Voting Systems, which does admittedly sound scary, said in a statement that it denies claims about any vote switching or alleged software issues with our voting systems. It just isn't there. There's human error. And there's, by the way, human error in counties that use Dominion and counties that didn't use Dominion. And what didn't happen is that tens of thousands of votes were switched, or the 150,000 votes that you would need in Michigan. That just doesn't actually exist. It didn't happen. And so you will hear a lot about Dominion for the next 2 days or so, until Trump actually has to go to court over Dominion, and his lawyers, who don't want to lose their license, are gonna have to say, we actually have no evidence that any votes were switched. And then it'll go away and it'll be replaced by something else. How many different theories have we been through in the last 9 days or so? Every day there's a new one. They're gonna lose interest in this almost immediately.
Well, there's Sharpiegate that went away, and yesterday it was reported that one of the lawyers in that case used as a witness his business partner. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, where'd you find that sworn friend of yours? And now 2 separate major law firms have abandoned Trump. They're like, this guy's too toxic even for us, and we're lawyers.
Exactly. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.